Good morning, everyone. We are finally feeling like spring is winning the battle over winter, which is good. It also means that Ayurvedically, we're kind of drawing into Kapha season. And for some of us, that's feeling really, really good because it is an antidote to winter, right? Kapha is an antidote to Vata, and spring is an antidote to winter. So one thing that can be happening if you already have a constitution that's really based in kapha is that you are settling into a lot of sedentary behavior right now. Like you're just sitting on the couch a lot. So the natural rhythmic way to be able to move out of that is to move just a little bit more. So whereas all winter long I'm teaching a class that's really grounded and settling, right now we're starting to get a little bit more vigor involved. So I invite you to practice adding a little bit more fire to our practice today. Come on. You can lie down or you can sit on your mat. And we're just going to spend that first 5 minutes getting grounded. Finding where you connect to the ground. Just bringing your awareness to your breath. Perhaps you're even saying, inhale, I notice my inhale. Exhaling, I notice my exhale. And as you allow yourself to just take notice of the breath in and the breath out, you are shifting your awareness to the present moment. And you're just feeling how that breath starts to expand in your body. Perhaps you're noticing where it bumps up against something blocking it. Noticing if that is strain or tension or grippiness in the body. There is a spanda, an expansion and a contraction of the breath. We're feeling a lot of that expansion and contraction in our lives right now as well. One day we're like, oh, it's sunny out, it's good. There's a nice expansion in how we feel. And then the next day we're feeling really clamped down and restricted. And just knowing that that's normal. And we're just more aware of it in our circumstances right now than possibly we were before. Eckhart Tolle says awareness is the greatest agent of change. So let's just hope that that is a true statement, that our increased awareness over the spanda, over the expansion that's possible, and the contraction that we are also so aware of, that initiates a change in us. It allows us to move into life making choices from a deeper, more wise, aware place. All right. We're going to begin to move today. And if you're on your back, you might just be pulling your knees into your chest and starting to roll up to seated. Once you're in that seated position, let's just find the container of your breath. letting your arms drop down beside you and feeling them just rise up as the inhale happens. And then as you hit the top of your inhale, don't keep moving the arms. Just hit the top of your inhale and go, okay, I'm done. And then let the arms float down on your exhale. So there's that floating up feel as the inhale comes into your body and you're noticing when it ends, and you let the arms go back down again. So that indeed you're just practicing allowing the breath to lead. You're practicing letting your movement fit within the container of your breath. Just something so incredibly restorative and complex about our breath actually leading our movement. The movement might look easier, but your brain's being just challenged in a totally new way. All right, let that inhale feel a bit deeper and let the hands come all the way up. You feel how you were able to expand your inhale more, and then exhale down. Same thing. Take that inhale, let it be bigger. Bring the hands right to touch above your head, and then settle them back down again. Good. All the way up and down. Your hands can plant in front of you, your toes can curl under or behind you, and then roll up onto the ball of your foot. Your knees just lifted here. So you can keep your hands on the ground if it gives you a little bit more balance. You could also just come into a little bit of a squat position with the knees forward. Beautiful. Nice stretch happening there. And then allow your heels to lift and release just a little bit underneath you. Fingers can come back down to the floor, and then the bum lifts up to the sky. Let the soles of the feet plant, and you're thinking of your first forward fold of the day. Allow the head to just hang heavy off the end of your spine. Knees can bend. The crown drawing, tractioning your back body all the way from your hips. You can feel the tension in the backs of your legs, and you're just giving yourself a knee bend to release any strain that might be existing right behind the knees. Perhaps you're going to lift your chest a little bit if there's tension at the sit bones. Nice. Soles of the feet plant and your hands can come up onto your legs, and then just shift into a nice flat back. Reaching the collarbones away from the hips and just extending the front line of your body. Also feel distance happening from the shoulders to the sternum, the breastbone, and just expand the collarbones across the front side of the body. Pay attention to the back body, the contraction of muscles drawing in towards center. Good work. And as you exhale, let yourself fold forward again. Big breath in, hands come all the way up to the sky. And exhale, they drop down to your heart. Breathe in, hands to sky. Fold forward on that exhale. Put your hands on your shins. Lengthen the back body. Nice work. There's a deep bend into the knees and the hands plant. Let's stretch yourself back to plank pose. Shoulders dropped over top of wrists. Heels pressed away. You can drop to knees or forearms as you like. Breathe. Nice work. You're going to release to the floor, letting your elbows graze the side ribs, belly, hips, chest can plant. Uncurl your toes. The shoulders do a nice roll down your back. Your nose points to the mat. Take an inhale. Rise up off the floor. Exhale. Control your way back down. Inhale. Rise up off the floor. Exhale. Control your way back down. Nice work. One more. And back down. Back toes curl under. Press into the palms. Curl the back toes. You're moving to a downward dog pose. Yes. Deep bend into the knees. Let your sit bones press to the sky. Your knees bend so that your chest can fall through towards your thighs. Your shoulders draw away from the ears and you feel like your neck just got a couple inches longer as it fell from the spine. Paddle your heels a little bit. It's our first downward dog, so We're not necessarily letting our heels or trying to make them touch the floor just yet. Good. Gaze forward to your hands, knees bend. Let's take that right foot up to the sky, sweep it through, plant it between your hands. Nice work. Reach through the back heel, drop the back knee. Inhale, fingers come all the way up to the sky. Exhale, drop your hands to your heart. Let's take the left elbow, reach it to the right knee, and then come back up again. 2 more times. Nice. Sweet. Inhale, your hands come all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, plant the fingers down beside the feet. Lift that back knee. Beautiful. Same thing. Back heel, back knee lifted. You can still practice it's the same movement. So you can practice it with knee down if you like. Inhale, hands come all the way up to the sky. Drop the hands to your heart. Left elbow toward right knee. 2 more times. Nice. Up. Slowly let those fingers come back down onto the floor and take the back foot, stepping it forward to meet the right. Inhale to tabletop. Exhale to fold. Bring fingers all the way up to the sky and drop them to your heart. Big breath in, hands to sky. Nice. Big forward fold, fingertips to floor, long flat back. Plant your hands and step back to plank. Chest draws forwards, shoulders over wrists, push through the heels. Remember your modifications. If you want to drop to knees or forearms, you go right ahead. Slowly lower down, your elbows grazing the side ribs. Plant your body, uncurl your toes. We're just going to play with those 3 cobras again. Inhale. Lead yourself up off the floor. Exhale to release. 2 more times. Nice. 1 more. And down. Your choice as you go to downward dog. Back toes curl under, hands ground, all the way back up. Mess around with how this downward dog feels in the body. Knees bending as you press your chest towards your thighs. Let the hips just sway side to side. You can paddle your heels a little bit. There's just a steadiness to your breath right now. Good. Plant the right foot, lift the left. Sweep it through, ground it between the hands. Nice. And then allow that back knee to land. Take a nice deep breath in, fingers to sky, allowing them to drop down to the heart. Tall spine, nice to inhale. Exhaling, elbow to knee. Right elbow, left knee. 2 more times. Nice. Sweet work. Fingers coming all the way down to the floor. Lifting the back knee or repeating what you just did. Back knee grounded. Inhale, hands to sky. Good. Exhale, hands to heart. Right elbow towards left knee and back up again. 2 more times. Sweet work. Exhale, let those hands come down, and big step, back foot draws forward to meet the left. Tabletop the back, nice stretch through the spine. Next time you find an exhale, release the body, folding it over the front legs. Inhale all the way up. Sweet. As you exhale, let the hands drop down to the heart center and step back with your right foot. Heel presses into the floor, left knee bends. Good work. Back heel pushes into the floor. Front knee reaches forward. Fingers stretch up to the sky. Good work. Elbows are going to come wide. Nice. And then as you begin to breathe, you can straighten the front leg. Bring your elbows together. Bend the front knee, open your elbows. Good. One is an inhale, one is an exhale. Just find movement and breath cooperating here. Whatever movement helps your breath be smooth and in control, feeling unrestricted in your body, let that happen. You can feel that we're getting just a little bit more vigorous in our movement in this kapha season. Yeah, kind of an antidote to the stillness of our home lives if we're being asked to stay home. I mean, I know it's not true for everyone. There's a big part of our population that's busy working still. Good, bring your hands to your heart. Front knee's bent. We're just going to straighten that front leg and do a nice forward fold. Lengthening the spine so it's parallel to the floor. Keep your chin soft towards your chest, the back of your neck long. Breathe here. Feel the stretch. Good work. Come all the way back up. Knees bend. Step forward. Inhale, hands to sky. As you exhale them to your heart, step back with your left foot. Nice work. Front knee bends. Warrior one. Hands come up beside you. That cactus pose again. This time as the fingers reach up for the sky and the arms straighten, so does the front knee. Exhale, pull everything bent again. Front knee bends, elbows bend. Move, sliding your shoulder blades on the back body. Letting the front knee slide forward and back with control and smoothness. Most of all, your breath. In control, unrestricted, fluid in your body. We're building some heat. Nice. Ready to melt away what is left of the snow out there, what's left of the frozenness in our body. Nice. Elbows come down. Let them come right to your heart. Straighten your front leg. Long stretch through the spine and a fold forward. Press the crown of your head towards the front edge of your mat. Reach the hips towards the back edge of your mat. There's a long extension through the front side of your body. Except your chin. It doesn't pull forward. It really feels like it's the back of your neck lengthening. Good work. Press firmly into the feet. Let yourself come all the way up. Knees bend. Back foot steps forward. Next inhale, hands to sky. Next exhale, big forward fold. Good work. Tabletop. Exhale, plant your hands and step to plank. Beautiful. Reach those shoulders forward. Make any modifications that you need to for your plank pose. Allow yourself to drop down. Slide forward. Do that little cobra we were just practicing, or allow yourself to come up into a upward facing dog. In upward dog, shoulders are pulled away from ears. Press into the tops of your feet and just notice if the legs will lift off the ground. Back toes curl under. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Slow paddle again. Each dog's feeling just a little bit less tense and tight and sticky as we bring movement and action, filling it with breath. Good. Gazing forward to your hands. Let's take the right foot up to the sky, sweep it through, plant it. Good. And the left foot steps forward just about maybe a whole foot length so that the heel can plant on the ground. As you straighten the front leg, just lengthen through the spine. Your fingers perhaps can come onto the leg. Some of you will keep those hands on the floor. Some of you, your hands will be up higher on that front leg. Breathe there. Good work. Flat spine as if there's a board nailed to it. Inhale, coming all the way up. Let's sweep the left hand out and around and turn the left toes. Getting ready for Trikonasana. Slide the hips to the left. Reach through the right fingers. Good work. When you can't go any further, you're going to just drop the bottom palm. Top hand can stay on hip. Just for a moment, I want you to think about rolling your chest, your top shoulder, a little bit more open. Breathe. Perhaps it feels like you can look up towards the sky. Perhaps it feels like that top hand might reach as well. Breathe. Good work. Firm press into the feet. Let yourself come all the way up. As your hands land down, let's take the back foot and just heel step it further behind you, dropping into that front knee. Almost the same movement now, only we'll do it with a bent front knee. Lift your arms up to shoulder height. Soften those shoulders down your back. Reach through the front fingers. Nice. Good. When you can't stretch any further, you're going to bring this hand or the right elbow to the front knee. 3 choices with the top hand: on your hip, to the sky, or alongside your ear. Okay? This bottom hand is facing up. Press into the elbow, connecting it to that front thigh, and then really open your chest. These left ribs are rolling open. Yeah, it's like you're lifting the torso off the arm bone connection, so you're not collapsed in that shoulder at all. You're really lifting and opening that shoulder. Yeah, you can be here too. Nice. Breathe there. Firm press into your feet. Let this bottom elbow get light, which means you have to invigorate the torso. Yes, perhaps that bottom hand can just float down, fingers spread wide. Big inhale. Back to warrior 2. Sink into it for a second. I know the front leg's got a lot of work happening in it. Breathe into it for a couple more breaths. You can feel the fire building today. It's good. It's good. Okay, back hand takes a nice big windmill. Let's windmill those hands down to plant beside the front foot. Step back with the right. Plank pose of your choice. Lower to the floor. Back bend of your choice. Cobra all the way to up dog. Back toes curl under. Downward dog. You make this as resting as it can be. If you would like a fuller rest today, you feel free to let it be in child's pose. Knees apart, toes touching, fingers in front of you. If downward dog is feeling good still, just allow yourself to play, breathe, and paddle in whatever version of downward dog is feeling good today. Three more breaths. If you're in child's pose on your third breath, make your way to your downward dog. Nice. Okay. Let's assume that was 3 breaths. Left leg lifts up to the sky, sweeps through, plants. Good work. You're looking at your right back foot. You'll step it far enough forward that the heel can land on the floor. Start to expand and lengthen your chest away from the front leg, perhaps the front leg straightening. Maybe you'll leave your fingertips on the floor. Maybe hands will come up to the front shin or knee. Stretch the chest straight. Expand the collarbones away from the hips here. There's a contraction in your back body for sure. Beautiful. Finding the version that suits you here. Sweet. Firm press into the feet. Imagine a board floating on your back body. You come up as if that board is still connected to you, and you let your right hand sweep all the way around. In a pre-triangle pose, I think I'm going to turn around and face you guys. All right. Hips kick all the way over to the left. Right. And your left fingers reach out to the side. Nice work. You get to choose. When you can't stretch anymore, the bottom hand drops to that front knee, top hand on hip, and you use that idea, that moment, to just turn and open your chest. This whole torso, stacking that top shoulder on the bottom one. They feel vertical. When you're ready, expand fingertips. Stretch, find your wingspan. Open up. How can you keep your breath really strong here? Stretching your breath from tailbone to crown, from fingertip to fingertip. Breathe. Breathe. Good work. Firm press into your feet. Bring yourself all the way back up. Let's let our hands drop to our hips. Widen your stance. Widen your stance so that when you drop the front knee, it stacks on the ankle and you find your perfect warrior two pose. Tailbone still points to the floor, crown to the sky. Shoulders roll down your back. Arms lift up. Breathe here. Nice. Stretch through the front fingers. Reach them as far as you can. When you can't reach any further, choose. Are you going to connect the elbow or the hand to your front knee? Good. Backhand. Are you going to set it on your hip, reach it for the sky, or align it by your ear? Whatever you choose, the bottom hand faces up. You're messing around to begin with this shoulder joint. How can you kind of uncollapse it? It's like this shoulder starts to draw in. Really, you're really connecting the arm down into this thigh, and this shoulder lifts up. Good. And then the torso turns and opens. Find that. Breathe. Find the strength in the arm, the connection into that shoulder socket. Beautiful. Now, firm press into the feet. Invigorate your body so that there's no weight in that bottom elbow anymore. Reach through the fingertips here too. Finding your wingspan, spreading it high. Find a slow, controlled, strong breath. Anchoring this really building movement. Good. Firm press into the feet. Bring yourself all the way up. We're going to keep that front knee bent. Breathe. Settling into warrior two. Good work. One more breath. Nice. Backhand windmills all the way around. Those hands hit the ground and we step back with our left foot. Find your plank pose. Choose how you're going to lower to the floor. Nice. Choose what your back bend will be, anywhere from that little cobra all the way to your upward dog. Gorgeous. Make sure your shoulders are pulled away from your ears. Back toes curl under. Downward dog. Remember, your alternative is to be in child's pose. Allow yourself to be in child's pose or in downward dog. You are finding a smooth, easy breath. What feels better in your body today? Remember, you can still be playful in either pose. There can still be some exploration, some curiosity about where breath can go to support things. Nice. Gaze forward to your thumbs. Let your knees bend deeply. And you can choose to jump or step to your hands. Tabletop your back, long and flat. Exhale for a fold. Deep breath in, hands to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. And then just stand for a moment, finding your Tadasana, allowing your hands to just drop down beside you. Reaching up through the crown of your head, feeling your shoulders drop down the back body. Shaking your head as you float your skull to the very top of your spine. Feel. Feel the momentum of your breath. Tune in to the prana and the life force. Notice the heat. We can feel how heat in our temperature and our weather outside is an antidote for what is in excess for us. We can feel how that heat is soothing and nurturing and nourishing for us, that our bodies are crying for it, and we can feel it in the sunshine. And so it is time to bring that heat back into our bodies as well. We're just following the intuition that when we let ourselves sync with the seasonal rhythms, that intuition really guides us to the right places. Good work. Bring your heels and toes just a little bit closer together. We're going to add a bit of a couple balance poses here today. So first one, let's just go to tree, but really think about this. Don't let yourself do the cheats of leaning to one side, do the cheats of sort of collapsing into a hip. Keep your left leg from the sole of the foot to the crown of your head, imagining a string pulling through the ceiling as if it's connected through your whole body down through the sole of that left foot. Good. Now roll your shoulders down your back and just relax them. You can already feel like you've let a little bit of weight off your right heel. Now just continue that. Can you lift the right heel and keep your shoulders relaxed? Can you peel off the ball of the foot to the tip of the toe and let the knee rise in front of you? Nice. Feel that pull through the crown of your head. Let your low belly get engaged. It's almost like you're not ordering your core to turn on. You're just feeling it respond to your needs. That's our goal. A responsive core, not one that you have to boss around. Let's let the knee open to the side. Sole of your foot connects to that leg. So really what we're looking for, toe can be anywhere. Floor, ankle, calf. If you're bringing it up into the thigh, then you've really got to make a connection. Sole of the foot to the inner thigh pushes back into the sole of that foot. And then find what you need to do with your hands. Palms together to the sky, out wide. They can be down by your side. Breathe. Nice. Hands come to your heart. Now release that foot and set it back down on the floor. Perhaps you just need a moment to even out your weight, moving it from right to left. Good. Okay. Left foot's going to rise. So let's do some mental connections first of all. The right foot is grounded down. It's like that string comes all the way up through the right leg, through the core of the body, puppet string through the crown of the head, connecting you to the ceiling. So there's a strong cable, strong connection between earth and sky. You are the conduit of that. Feel if there's any tension lifting in your shoulders, get rid of it. Soften those shoulders down your back. Let your neck be relaxed as well. Yeah. Notice if the left heel's gotten loose in any way because of that. As you go to peel that heel, you're really making sure that there's no reaction in your shoulders. Peel the heel, ball of the foot, tips of the toes, knees come up in front of you. Pull through the crown of your head, soften your shoulders, good. Knee opens to the side. Yay. Okay, choose. Is that toe going to go on the floor beside your foot, up to the ankle, the calf? Are you lifting it into your thigh? Is your thigh responding, pressing back into the foot? Good. Now just choose what you might need for your hands today. They can be anywhere. Breathe. Find steadiness. Steady gaze and steady breath really help your balance. You might be noticing which side is stronger in your body. Breathe. Good. And let those hands come down. Release the foot. Ground it. Let's just step our feet a little bit further apart. Toes can open. Hands to pelvis. A little bit of a breath. Even weight. Kind of in doing that, we usually find a bit of an even weight as we go. Now, slide your back down an imaginary wall. Let your knees reach out over your toes and come back up again. Yeah, you're doing that without tipping your bum backwards. You're feeling a big crease happen at the hips, but there's no tilt or tuck happening in your low back or in your pelvis. Sink into the lowest position that feels comfortable. Tall spine from tailbone to crown. You might even still be imagining that string pulling up through the top. Roll the shoulders down your back. And then open those arms up as if you're pressing them into a wall behind you. Breathe. Yeah. Just feeling that juiciness kind of move into your body as the muscles have to find support for you to stay here. Keep the breath really smooth. Keep it really in control. Reach up, nice 5-pointed star and a little back bend. Hands come right back down to your heart. Spine is tall. Heel step those feet back together again. Okay, we're going to do one that's just more fun than anything else. So if you're someone who has any sort of challenge with your balance, take yourself so that you can touch a chair or a wall, a piece of furniture close to you, and then you can use that to help you go a little bit deeper in the pose, okay? All right. Inhale, your hands come all the way up to the sky. Deep in exhale, forward fold. Nice. I'd like you to bend your knees. Maybe you've got to separate your feet hip width apart here. Bend your knees. Take your right hand in between your feet and cup your right heel with your right fingers. Slowly pull up onto the ball of the foot and the right tippy toes. And then your left hand. Right now the fingers might be tented on the floor. See if you can bring that left hand up to a hip or perhaps to a wall or a piece of furniture close to you. Left foot takes your weight, starts to straighten. Lift that right heel up into the air. Beautiful. Nice. Okay, so if you still feel like you have more in you in this pose, then that right heel starts kicking out in front of you. And if you still feel like you have more in this pose, then that right hand and heel start coming up beside your ear. Yeah, I wish I could see pictures of everyone right now. That'd be so good. All right. Okay, let yourself back down. Heel comes down first. And then let's mess. They're going to need to come to something higher. Your hip, a chair, a wall. Roll up onto the left toes. Press firm into the right foot and start to straighten your right leg. Raise your spine up long and straight. Lift that heel off the floor with you. Beautiful. Stay there while you're finding your balance. Maybe this hand is touching something. Kick the left foot out in front of you and then continue to let those toes rise to the sky if it's in you. Good luck. Beautiful. Keep trying to straighten the standing leg. Keep trying to lift your spine. Yeah, nice work. Releasing that foot, setting it back down on the floor. Tent the fingers. Big breath in, hands to sky. Nice work. Hands to heart. Heel toe your feet come together. Release your hands to your hips. Keep the pelvis nice and neutral so that it's not tipping, tucking. The tailbone continues to point to the floor. Roll the shoulders down your back. Just bend your knees. It's like your spine is sliding down a wall. Breathe. Beautiful. Shoulders stay relaxed down your back. Chest stays tall. Yeah. Arms relax. And then they float up in front of you. Some of you might stay right here because you'll notice if the thumbs go past the shoulders, your breath gets tighter. So check your breath here. You want it big. You want it smooth and unrestricted. And then just notice. How far could I lift my hands without flaring my ribs forward, without letting my breath get sticky and tight, allowing my tailbone to really feel like it's just heavy to the floor, that my low back is just being dragged down. Then the low back isn't holding you here. The quads will get really strong when you let go of your low back. Breathe. Oh, even in the stationary poses, you can feel the fire. Good. Inhale all the way up.
Deep forward bend. Hands to shins or even tenting fingers on floor. Long flat back tabletop. Nice work. All right, bend your knees deeply. Let your fingers land on the floor. Step back to plank. Reach the chest forward. Drop your right knee or roll to the sides of the right foot and come up into your side plank. Think of your hip pulling away from your bottom wrist, arcing those hips up towards the sky. Nice work. You can be on the right knee as well. Exhale, come to the other side. Top hand lifts to the sky or it rests on your hip. Pull the bottom hip away, arcing your body up and away from that grounded bottom wrist. Good work. Exhale, your hands come down. Your knees can separate. You've got a choice. You can still do a downward dog, but I invite you to shift to child's pose. So just going into whatever pose feels best for you right now. Take 5 breaths. Whichever pose you've chosen, meet me back in hands and knees. Good. Hands squared underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and just move through some cat and cow. You're just going to invite your motion here to be smooth and almost cooling. We'll allow ourselves, we'll just assume, this is what we'll assume, that we've put enough wood on the fire, that it's producing beautiful heat, and basically we just don't need to put any more fuel on it for now. Now you just get to enjoy how that warm suppleness in your body has released so much of the tension and the grippiness. How your breath has infused itself into each cell. Nice work. So neutralize the spine. I want you to do some big circles. And the other way. Nice. And neutralize that spine. Let's kick the feet off to one side, drop the bum onto the ground and pull the feet out in front of you. Stretch those heels right away. Yeah. So the heels reach up, the toes go to the sky. You're aware of the sit bones grounding down into the floor, and there's length in your spine. It is drawing from tailbone right to crown of your head. You're feeling the shoulders just rest on the support of the rib cage and the spine, and you're feeling the chin parallel to the floor. Perhaps the hands even drop down, the heels of the palm attempting to make contact with the floor. For some of you, that's super easy. Activate the back of your legs and pull the toes to the sky, even back towards you a little bit. Breathe. Breathe. Inhale, your hands come all the way up to the sky, and then exhale them down to shoulder height, and then just begin to reach as if you were a robot and your spine was really, really long. And as you reach, just notice when you hit this one spot that if you just let your knees bend a little bit, you could go a lot further. Yeah. Nice work. Let the hands settle where they're comfortable. And then chin comes to chest, spine begins to roll. Softening your body down over your thighs. Chin tucks to chest, forehead releases, back of your neck is long. The bend in the back of your knees is as big as it needs to be. You don't want to have any pinching happening behind knees or at sit bones. With every exhale, just imagine your upper body getting a little bit heavier. Nice work. Nice work. Okay, so release hands, lift them back up to the ceiling. Feel how you're stacking your vertebrae one at a time on top of each other. Allow those hands to just drop back down beside you. Nice. Your right knee can gently pull into your chest, and you can drop the sole of that foot down onto the opposite side. Lift tall. Left elbow hugs knee, right fingers drop behind you. It's a tall spine. Every inhale making you taller, every exhale leading you into that twist. Finally letting chin float back. Release chin, shoulders, chest, belly, and extend the right leg. Same on the left. Knee comes in, hops over the right leg, sit nice and tall. Right elbow hugs knee, left fingers ground. Tall spine, relax shoulders, long breath. Every exhale just leading you deeper into the twist. Start with your belly, ribs, shoulders, chin. Let breath float up and down the spine. And allow yourself to release all the way. Extending that left foot out in front of you. Bring the soles of your feet together. And they can be as far away from your pelvis as they want and need to be. So you're just messing with that distance first. Like if the feet want to be really far away, how close in they'd like to be. Choosing if your hands are going to wrap your ankles, the feet, the toes. Some of you might even be sliding your hands underneath and grabbing the feet from the outside. Whatever you do, find the position that helps you feel like your knees are reaching for the far sides of your room and that your chest lifts up and forward. And as that chest rises, your chin stays soft and your shoulders roll down the back. Knees open wide to the edges of the room. Breathe. It's like the thighs press gently down into the floor. Chest lifts, shoulders relax, chin is soft. Breathe. Nice work. Yeah, as you come out of that, letting go, your knees can come back together and you can roll onto your back on your mat. And as you get down there, bend your knees and let your right knee come into your chest, crossing the foot over the left thigh. There you go. Breathe there. Shoulders relax down onto the floor. And then gently lift the left foot up off, bringing that apparatus in towards your chest. The right shin coming towards the chin. Nice. Set that left foot down and take a twist. So your arms can open like airplane wings and the apparatus of your legs can fall left. Just release into this. Feeling like the heat and the breath that you've moved into your body is allowing a long suppleness, a lengthening to happen all the way down the right side. Let your breath reach into that right side body. Just expanding into that suppleness that's been created. Nice work. All right, knee comes back up to center. Right heel reaches up to sky, and the foot grounds back down on the floor. We do the same with the left. Knee comes in, foot crosses over right. Deep breath. Soften your right knee in towards off the floor. Lift your right foot off the floor. Left shin lifts up closer to your chin. And then release the right foot down to the floor. As it settles there, the apparatus of your legs fall right. You're noticing the nice extension happen through the left side body now. And the heat that you've created in the body, just allowing a nice long release to happen. Your breath reaching into that area and helping create even more expansion. Allowing those knees to come back up to center. Left foot can release and come to the floor. If you do have props around you and you would like to lift your hips and set a pillow or something underneath those hips, or a block, if you have a block, you go right ahead. If not, you're going to come up into your little bridge unsupported. Feet hip width apart, knees pointing straight out in front of you, not splaying open, front side of your body, feeling a nice expansion as you open up. You might even roll each shoulder under. Perhaps palms connect, pressing pinkies into the floor. Breathe. Releasing hands first. I like to put my fingers right on the hip crease and remind my body that that's where the release comes from. The hip crease, bending deeply to let the hips relax down to the floor. Allow your knees to come back into your chest and roll around. So this is where it's kind of fun being at home, because if you have a piece of furniture near you right now, you could feel free to do your Shavasana with the calves kind of resting on a stool or the seat of a chair or the seat of a couch. If you have the wall or a back of a piece of furniture in front of you, you could just let your heels rest up on that wall. Or let the heels rest up on the back of a chair, something like that. So either one of those can feel super amazing. So allow yourself to just sink in to your preferred pose. Let yourself just have a couple breaths as you settle. Notice what your practice has made you aware of. Remember that inhale? I inhale, I know I'm bringing breath in. I exhale, I see myself letting breath out. Do you notice that now? A long, slow motion of breath in the body. Can you feel the spanda now? Can you feel the expansion as that breath fills out into every cell? Feeling like every cell just gets a little bit more juicy. Feeling as if your body gets more juicy as that breath expands into fingertips and toes. And notice the contraction. The exhale, your body squeezing out everything it no longer wants. Just notice the full diameter, if that's the right word, of the spanda. From one point, the bottom of your exhale, when everything is empty from your body. What is the distance? What is the expansion? What is the juiciness quotient when you get from that point to the top of your inhale? Can you feel like if we took measurements of your body, like everything would just be a little bit bigger at the inhale? Full of your life force, full of the energy and vitality that you have invited in. Notice the heat you've built and the appreciation of your body, of that heat. Just taking a moment to scan your physical body now and notice what it is that this practice offers you and why you return to it. Take that moment and scan the inside of your brain and notice if somehow there's just a difference there that in some way feels positive. Maybe not. You're just noticing. It is said that this practice increases our sense of well-being. Just scan your body and notice if that statement is true. And then just notice in yourself, in your sort of gut response, if Eckhart Tolle's quote is right, awareness is the greatest agent of change. Can you feel how your increased awareness today, your increased awareness every time you come to practice being in deeper relationship with your breath and your movement and your body and the sensations that come from your body? Do you notice how this awareness changes you? So good. Deepen your breath. Make a decision if you want to have a 10-minute longer Shavasana right on your floor where you are right now, or if you're ready to rise up. Bringing whatever movement is necessary in your body, moving as slowly and gently back into your day as you need to. Thank you for sharing this hour with me. Know that I really, really deeply appreciate it. And I wish you well. Whether or not your life is slowing down and changing, I hope that you have the opportunity for that increased awareness. Namaste.